Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Sunday. Today is January 7th, 2024, and I hope you're having a great weekend, and I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Today I made it here into this seat by the seat of my pants, really, because I had a workout that kind of went long, and then I picked up a roast for dinner, and I had to put that together. And then I had to grab a shower after my long workout. So I made it barely. I was even able to down a few carbs to replace the carbs that I had gotten rid of when I worked out. So I'm here, and that's what's important. So I hope everything is fine in your land. It's been a interesting week. I've had to make some adjustments. I've spent a few nights trying to work with a video I'm working on. It's been a minute since I've done any serious video editing, so I'm working on a video right now for the T2 Space Invaders conversion that sits in the back behind me. So that's close. I'm hoping actually to finish it today, and if I do get it done today, then I'll drop it later this evening. But no promises. Things could happen. Life could get in the way, but look for that video very soon. It's a long video. I'd like to cut it down. Right now it sits at about an hour and a half, and that's from reskinning to cabling. So I'd like to get it down maybe to an hour. I'm not showing all of the reskinning. I've kind of just shown the basics to kind of give people an idea what it takes to apply a decal to an existing arcade one-up, and hopefully that'll be educational. I don't know. I'm not an expert by any means. That cabinet behind me was only the second time I've ever applied a decal in my life. So if you get some ideas and maybe you have some idea that might work better, great. But yeah, the project is essentially done except for that marquee and the graphic on the front riser panel. I still haven't heard from Buy Stuff Arcades about replacing those two items. I know they're aware of it, and I'm trying to be patient. So the cabinet is 98% done, really. And I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of how it turned out. To kick off the show today, I'm going to talk about something that is kind of semi home arcade related, because a lot of us have the Tron game. Excuse me. Many of you are waking up this morning to find out that actress Cindy Morgan passed away, and that's sad. To me, she died too young at 69, and I don't know what may have happened. I know that according to the articles I've read, that it appears to be of natural causes. So I won't speculate, except to say I have read the last couple of her Instagram posts, and there is something that kind of worries me. I won't talk about it here, but I think she may have been struggling, and I don't know that for sure. All I know is what I get from reading her. I think it was her second to last Instagram post. So you can check that out on your own. I'm not going to comment or speculate on what was posted there. It's there, so you can look at it and see what you make of it and make your own judgment. I'm sure more news will come out, as I'm sure the medical examiner will release details later at a later date. But I'm sad. I'm sad. And normally I don't, celebrity deaths don't touch me emotionally to any extent. I note their passing, and oh yeah, I like them in that movie, or I like them in that TV show, and it just passes. So, but every once in a while a celebrity will pass that really hits me. And it's funny because Cindy Morgan she really didn't have a stellar career. She didn't. Um, she worked a lot in the 80s, and but if you look at her IMDb credits, she did a lot of TV shows, and of course everybody remembers her from Caddyshack and Tron. But other than that, uh, her career, journeyman, really. I mean, when you count the TV, throw the TV shows in there. I mean, she made a lot of guest appearances, but from a 80s retro standpoint, from remembering my days as a teenager in Indianapolis, I don't know how many times I saw the movie Caddyshack and Tron in the theater. I'm a guy that kind of if I like a movie, I'll go see it multiple times just to support it and because I enjoy it. Those two movies were two of those movies for me. I saw them multiple times, and Cindy Morgan was one of those actresses that just stuck in my brain and I'll say from the outset, I'm a brunette guy, but she's a blonde. Cindy Morgan is a blonde, and she's probably the top of my hot list for blondes, and the top of my crush list. So that's why I think it affects me a little bit more. Just my memories of seeing her in both of those movies, and I think I actually enjoyed her performance in Tron more because it was more serious. And she just rocked those glasses that she wore in that movie. That's one of the things that kind of got me, was that teacher look that she had, and then of course her alter ego in that movie, Yori. So just evokes a lot of nostalgia for me, and I'd followed her on Instagram for many years, and I've enjoyed her posts. She seemed to love going to cons and meeting the fans and signing autographs. That was her thing. That's what she was doing of late. And my hope, which is now shot down, was to get her autograph next time she made an appearance up in the Chicago area. And I was going to take a piece off that Tron cabinet and have her sign it. And I'm sad now that that'll never happen. But, it is what it is. But we look at the article. You take your pick. You can do a Google search on Cindy Morgan death, and you'll get any number. This is just Variety. And I actually learned from a Facebook group as I woke up this morning. Actually, somebody in the community mentioned it, and I'm like, what? So according to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, she died of natural causes. They're not able to specify when she died. Now, what I've read is that her roommate came home from the holidays. Her roommate had been out for the holidays, and came home to a foul odor coming from that room. And like any person, I'm guessing, probably was worried about opening that door. Anybody that's ever stumbled upon somebody who's passed away, I myself being one of them, there's always trepidation about opening that door because you don't know what's behind it. And I've had to do that once in my life, and it's I don't know how to describe it. It's a difficult experience. So I totally get where that roommate was coming from. So she called the cops, and they came over and of course made the unfortunate discovery. So they're not suspecting foul play, but I'd like to know more, and I'm sure that'll come out in the days to come. But this article goes on to describe her career. Of course, the two big movies, Caddyshack and Tron, and a number of TV appearances. Of course, The Love Boat. I don't remember that appearance, and now I want to go back and find it. And the TV show Vegas and Chips, and of course, her role in Tron as Laura Baines, and her alter ego Yori. And there's a list of a whole slew of television shows that she'd been in. Some of these you might recognize, some of them you don't. The ones I do are Fall Guy and Matlock, Hunter, Larry Sanders Show, but not too many movie appearances. And it's just sad. It really is. You go and look at some of the pictures on her IMDb page. Just a beautiful, beautiful woman. Even her most recent pictures at con appearances, like this one where she's kind of being sentimental with R2-D2, still extremely beautiful. I don't know. A lot of con appearances you can see from the photos. And she'd sign anything, really. So very sad. And there's one of her pictures from her appearance in Caddyshack. Another one with Ted Knight. And then one of the end shots from Tron. Another shot from Tron. Just look at those glasses. I mean, look at those glasses. She just rocked them. She really did. Of course, those are 80s style glasses, but she knew how to wear them. And her alter ego in that movie, Yori. There's an Asteroids Deluxe making an appearance in Flynn's Arcade. Yeah. Matlock, there's her Matlock appearance. Just, it's sad. What else is there to say, really? I'll miss her interaction with the fans on Instagram. She was busy on there, and so yeah, that's kind of an awful start to the Sunday, but we move on, right? I mean, that's what we do. This one hits a little deeper than any other death would, and it is what it is. It's life. I hope she's at peace, and we'll see you again sometime, really. So naturally, with her death, I'm thinking about the game Tron, and I might give it some play. I tried to set up my camera over there to get some gameplay, but it's really tight. I have a tight arcade that a tripod generally doesn't work, and I don't have a clip-on mount for a camera that I could put on the side of the Tron cabinet that could capture some gameplay. So I don't know if I'll be able to do gameplay during this show. Anyway, but that's my cab. Getting more over to the arcade side of things. I bought this on sale from Dell, and when Dell had their big sale on these cabinets, and so I was one of the ones that was able to take advantage of it. I think it was, I want to say $3.99. I can't remember. I'd have to look. I keep a spreadsheet of all my purchases, and I'm pretty sure it was like right around $3.99. And I bought several mods for it. You can't really see the kick panel art, but I replaced the artwork on the kick panel with some Tron art. I didn't put a coin door on it. Perhaps I should have, but I like the artwork better. And so a couple of the mods that I've done are the S panel mod up there up top with the photo player mounted, and it's basically looping the MCP video of the MCP. And down below, you have the LED front panel for the riser, LED lit riser panel from Tulsa Arcades. Both of those mods that I mentioned, the S panel and the front panel of the riser, came from Tulsa Arcades. And By the way, shout out to JC at Tulsa Arcades. He's going through a very, very difficult time right now with his wife suffering from cancer. And so if you could support him and his family right now in their time of need, please do so. He does great things for the community, puts out a bunch of mods that are really great, and has some terrific sales now and then. And so support. I just realized my Tron cabinet's not on the stream. See, I'm still new at this. Let me go back. There we go. I've been talking about this cabinet. Let me go back and talk about it again. So you can't really see it on this screen, but I have kick panel art replaced on there, and I have the S panel mod, and then the aforementioned S panel mod and riser panel LED from Tulsa Arcades. And again, if you can support JC over there at Tulsa Arcades, please do so. And I wish him and his family and his wife all the best. I'm a cancer survivor myself, and having gone through that process, fortunately mine was caught in stage 1, and fortunately taken care of. So I've been cancer free for 7 years now. So I'm pretty happy about that. But I wish them the best. So what am I going to talk about now? I did do an update on the Space Invaders cabinet. Again, I'm in love with that cabinet. It's been a process. I've enjoyed it. I'm really trying to work on this video. I really want to get that out there. So I hope to get that done today. Other than that, I've tried to spend more time in this room just playing the games, because ultimately that's what they're for, right? You buy them, some people buy them for display pieces, and that's part of why I'm into it too. I like the artwork on these cabinets. But I just have kind of made a concerted effort lately to just leave the laptop off, leave the cameras off, and just come down here and play. And the days that are really good for that are the days that I actually work from home, because when I take breaks or take my lunch break, I can actually come down here and knock out a few games. And what games have I been playing lately? Well, I've been trying to get more into the fighters. I have that Yoga Flame back there, and I've just been trying to get better at being at playing those fighter games. Coming from the early 80s, my games were all shooters and mazes. So I come from that era of arcade gaming, and fighters really came later, pretty much while I was in the Navy, and more focused on being a sailor at that point. And when I got out of the Navy and started being a father and husband, I never really made it to an arcade to really experience the great fighting era of arcade games. So I bought one. I bought the Yoga Flame because I figured, if I'm going to get introduced to it, that's probably a good cabinet. And so, yeah, I've been playing more of that, and I've actually been playing a little bit more of NFL Blitz, simply because I enjoy that game. And I've been playing Gorf on the Defender Partycade a lot. That's one of my go-to games because that holds a lot of nostalgia for me. And I've been playing a few games of Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. And I've been trying to play a little bit more pinball, but I'm not much of a pinball guy. I got 2 pinballs back there, over there in the corner. I've got an ALU pinball, and the arcade one-up Star Wars. So yeah. What else is cooking? Um, some things I've been trying to get done, replacing the monitor in the Joust, and I have a side panel to replace on the Pac-Man XL that I fought with Arcade One Up to get, and they finally capitulated and sent me one, so I've got to do that. I've got a coin door to put on the Atari Legacy. I have Glenn's GRS Build-A-Cade that I still need to build, and the reason why I'm kind of holding off on that is because I want to shoot a video on it so you all get to see it. And my schedule is just terrible. I'm just, my priority goes my girlfriend, my workouts, work, and then this hobby in that order. And so you all know, I mean, especially the fellow YouTubers, you know how hard it is to push out videos when you've got things demanding your time and attention. And the fact that I work out early in the early hours of the morning, I try to get that done and out of the way, and then I have to go to work, and then come home, and then during the week working down here is very hard because I have to get back up early and start it all over again. It's just really hard for someone like me. So I don't think I'll ever become as big a YouTuber as anybody else in this community. I had two big follows, subscriptions this week. Bad Guy Mike Worley, shout out to you, and B Kong. Thank you both for subscribing to my channel and watching my content. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't checked out their shows, please do so. Bad Guy Mike Worley puts out a show or a live stream actually every Saturday morning at the same time as this, but on Saturdays, 9 a.m. Central, called Nostalgia Power. And if you haven't seen that, I suggest you watch it, because if you've got any kind of nostalgia for the 80s, that's a great show to watch. And B Kong usually does his live streams on Sunday nights, and I always get to catch those since I go to bed early. I don't catch a lot of the late night YouTubers. I watch them on replays while I'm working out. I do also have two Replicades. I have the Dragon's Lair and the Space Ace that I have not unboxed. They're still sitting down here in boxes. So since I've really gotten into Numbskull's quarter arcades, I don't know if I'm going to keep or hold on to this Dragon's Lair or Space Ace. I might decide to sell those for basically the same thing I spent to get them. And I'm still thinking about that. We'll see. Anyways, we're coming up on 25 minutes into the show, and this may be a short one because I didn't show prep. Show prep is hard enough. The guys that do this on a regular basis know that in order to make interesting content, you have to have items that you want to talk about. And I think about it, but I never write it down. And I was thinking yesterday, what am I going to talk about tomorrow? And I didn't really think of anything that stood out. There's not really a whole lot of news coming out of Arcade One Up, and that game's, that news is well known, and I don't want to regurgitate everything other YouTubers have done. And yeah, so I kind of lost my train of thought. That's called fatigue brain. Yeah, I get on average about 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, counting all the time, at work and working out and sleeping, and so maybe 4 or 5 hours if I'm lucky. And they always say you should really work on getting as much sleep as possible when you work out. Well, when you work out, when your only opportunity really to work out, for me anyway, is in the early hours of the morning, well, you do what you can. So that's what I do. My health is number one for me too. I want to be around as long as I can to enjoy this arcade and be there for my kids, grandkids, and my girlfriend, who I love deeply. She puts up with this crazy hobby of mine, and you folks that have someone in your life know what I'm talking about. They don't quite understand it, but they know at least you're not out there doing other things that they don't approve of. And so, anyways, folks, I think I'm going to end the stream here. I talked about what I wanted to talk about with Cindy Morgan. I wanted to acknowledge Cindy Morgan's passing. So rest in peace, Cindy, and everyone. Please have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you next week. Okay. Bye-bye.